I'll tell you the founding story of the company, and my role in the company, and where it's going. So first of all, it's not my company. I don't get paid a penny. I'm not on
Mhm.
any company incorporation documents or anything like that. It's Andrea's company. Andrea Lefterovici is a PhD student of mine, and she
Mhm.
had the idea that you'll hear why in a sec. Um, and I'm just there as an advisor to give my experience when it comes to things where I can help. Um,
Mhm.
and I feel like I can do that meaningfully. Um, and so, what is the company, and why, right? So the I sort of answer that in two ways. So about a year ago, we started the idea of that is to say, a bunch of employees of mine and myself had the idea to start a quantum company. Everyone had a quantum company. Why not? I want one too. I want to be rich as well. Um, I want one. I was jealous. But and we had an idea, and I think it's a damn good idea, and the product still is an excellent product. And the product was to analyze your use case and tell you if and when you will get quantum advantage based on current tech projections. And we're good at that, and we can solve problems, and we know quantum algorithms really well. And we started talking to people and pitching this and trying to sell this product, not for real, but trying to find clients. And it turned out nobody wanted the product. Um, it's just not a product that people want. Um, and okay, that was a sobering realization.
What kind of customers did you try and sell it to?
I think because we're German, like Germany
Mhm.
is a huge market, and if you're German and you can speak German, you should definitely take advantage of that. So we targeted German Mittelstand companies, that's small and medium enterprise, all the way up to große Unternehmen, which are large enterprise companies like Volkswagen or whatever, BMW. But no one was interested. Like the big guys not, and the little guys not as well. Uh,
I'm
it's
actually not surprised.
yeah, it's not surprising in
Yeah.
hindsight, but
Yeah.
it's just premature to have a quantum algorithm that really will give an accelerated solution is just not useful right now because we don't have the device.
Mhm.
Um, and who wants to pay for that? So, but in as we were doing this, we were giving presentations, we were talking to people and explaining the technical concepts to people, and that resonated far more. And then Andrea is like, she's amazing. She's just very entrepreneurial. She started just selling this as a side product on an ad hoc basis, like make
The explaining
the
things.
explaining things. She makes
Yeah.
short form video content. She
Mhm.
records stuff, explains things. She's pretty good at LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. And then it's like, this isn't just a side business. This is a business, right? And then that's how Innovalia was formed. Um,
I was surprised when I looked at the website that there seems to be a huge team. Like it's a lot of
yeah,
people involved in it.
again, it is just Andrea is the only one on the incorporation documents, but there are a lot of people
Mhm.
working on a contract basis. I think that's the best way to
Okay.
depict the situation.
Yeah, that's great.
Uh, and I mean,
Yeah, and I saw
we've
some of
signed.
her videos. I think she's
Yeah,
very good.
I'm
Yeah.
yeah. She's got a talent for this stuff, explaining deep tech. I think.
So at least with the last company I was working with, we were doing a lot of these carousels, which are good on LinkedIn because they
Right.
get
Yeah.
like the
Yeah. Yeah.
highest engagement rate.
Hmm.
And the thing is, in order to understand why the product is valuable, you have to have a lot of like deep knowledge first. And
Hmm.
so
Yes.
the thing we've been doing is having these like educational carousels where you like essentially learn something about fault tolerance and why is fault
Right.
tolerance important, and like various kinds of
Hmm.
like topics explained in a reasonably like easy to understand way. And then it'd be, so it'd be like 10 slides of like education, and then the last two slides, and by the way, this is why our product is important. And
Right. Yeah.
I think it's like a really, yeah, a nice way of doing it. And it's also like for someone like me who is not a marketer but who is an educator,
Hmm.
it's nice because most of the stuff I'm doing is education and figuring out how to communicate something in a clear
Exactly.
way
Yeah.
rather than selling something. um, but the other thing that I think is interesting is that the audience is different as well. Like, you know, yes, we're targeting VCs and targeting,
Hmm.
decision makers in companies, but those are more like they have stronger technical backgrounds as well.
Yes.
So it's not just someone who did like, a MBA or something. It's someone
Yeah.
who maybe has a PhD in a different field,
Exactly.
and so
Yeah. Yeah.
you have to still like explain things, but you're explaining them in a way that like a different kind of person is understanding, and I find that to be quite interesting too.
That's it's also very rewarding. Like we enjoy it. You talk to the
Mm,
people, the manager as a doctor, or what's your doctor
mm,
in on biochem,
mm, mm,
oh yeah, and then you learn something, you gauge on a much more meaningful level. It's very interesting
mhm.
to do this as a education marketing. I don't know what it is,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I don't quite know what to call it either.
what do we call it? Yeah. Um,
I think my recent I think I was saying
so actually
deep
we're
deep tech
competitors,
and
is that right?
science education. I think, yeah,
Yeah.
deep tech and science education
Deep
agency
tech and
is
science.
what I'm branded at the moment, but
Interesting.
that'll
Yeah.
evolve too.
But it turns out we're
Yeah,
competitors, is that right?
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? So, but that's fine. I definitely think
Yeah.
we can be collaborators.
We can
There's
be
enough
collaborators. Yeah.
space.
Yeah. There's enough space.
But what to call it, I don't know. But agree that it's more rewarding than marketing.
Yeah. It's clearly it's a weird space. Like it's just emerged, and you're a pioneer, a total pioneer in this space.
So are
And
you?
well, maybe we're following in your footsteps. And and nobody knows what it is yet, right? But
Mm.
it feels meaningful though, right? I mean, so it's not just marketing. You also it's kind of outreach that pays the bills.